People was always saying that Justin looked just like Anthony Wolf Jones.
Suge Knight says he knows the secret that got Diddy's bodyguard, Anthony Big Wolf Jones, killed, and now he's speaking out.
What people don't understand is that Wolf was not really security. Wolf was one of the individuals that gave Bad Boy their starting money. He was getting a security check for Social Security reasons and all that. You know what I mean? As if he worked security.
Who was Big Wolf beyond the job title? Some fans say he was connected to Diddy in ways that were never meant to go public. Suge's claim hints at a truth that could flip the story we've always heard. The moment Suge exposed it, things may have started to spiral fast. Wolf ended up dead, and the silence around it has lasted for years. Now, that silence is breaking.
Justin's dad is Puffy, right?
Which one is Justin? The red one, right?
The light-skinned one.
Man, that's Wolf's son, man. Y'all.
For decades, hip-hop has been filled with hidden stories, alliances forged in shadows, rivalries simmering beneath the surface, and secrets few dare to speak aloud. But few stories are as mysterious or as tangled as that of Anthony Big Wolf Jones. Big Wolf was more than Sean Diddy Combs' bodyguard. Some say he was the real father of Diddy's son, Justin Combs. While nothing has ever been officially confirmed, the clues weave a tangled web of loyalty, betrayal, and deadly power struggles at the very top of the music world. Recently, Suge Knight, former CEO of Death Row Records and Diddy's longtime rival, reignited this mystery. He claimed that for nearly 30 years, Diddy may have been raising a child who wasn't his biological son. This rumor isn't new. But Suge named women close to Diddy: Kimora Lee Simmons, Kim Porter, and especially Misa Hylton. Misa, Justin's mother, is a respected fashion designer with a complicated history with Diddy, a relationship filled with love, conflict, and public drama. Yet Misa's story goes deeper. She was also connected to Suge Knight and Big Wolf, caught in a dangerous triangle of protection, loyalty, and secrets. Some insiders suggest Misa may have found safety and strength through Big Wolf, adding layers to this already complicated tale. Before becoming Diddy's trusted protector, Big Wolf had a reputation on the streets known for his toughness, loyalty, and influence. He wasn't just a force. Inside Bad Boy Records, he was a key figure, a man Diddy trusted beyond the spotlight. Their bond was deeper than most knew. In the early 1990s, Misa and Diddy's relationship brought Justin into the world. As the late 90s unfolded and the fierce rivalry between Bad Boy and Death Row escalated, Big Wolf stood firmly by Diddy's side, a guardian through it all. But in 1999, a nightclub shooting in Manhattan pulled Big Wolf into a deadly storm of controversy. Then in 2003, his life was tragically cut short in Atlanta under mysterious circumstances, fueling conspiracy theories that still haunt the story today. After Big Wolf's death, tensions only grew. Diddy's treatment of Wolf's family sparked rumors and fractured loyalties, while other figures like Big Meech rose in the shadows, tightening their grip on the streets. This isn't just a story about music or fame. It's about loyalty and the heavy cost it demands. It's about secrets that shape families and define legacies, often in the darkest, most unexpected ways. In hip-hop, the truth is never simple, and what you think you know might only be the beginning. The rumors about Justin Combs' paternity have circulated for years, but they gained serious traction when fans, critics, and insiders started noticing striking similarities between Justin and Anthony Big Wolf Jones. Social media became the battleground for these whispers. Thousands of fans flooded platforms like Instagram and Twitter, posting side-by-side photos comparing Justin and Big Wolf. People zoomed in on facial features, the strong jawline, the shape of the eyes, the way they both carry their expressions. Some pointed out the uncanny resemblance in body language and mannerisms. Viral posts and hashtags pushed the rumor into public consciousness, igniting heated debates. These comparisons weren't just idle chatter. For many, the physical similarities seemed undeniable, prompting questions. If Big Wolf wasn't Justin's biological father, then why such a strong family likeness? Public reactions to these rumors were deeply divided. Die-hard Diddy supporters slammed the speculation as hurtful and unfounded, accusing God gossip mongers of trying to undermine his legacy. Others, however, were convinced that the truth was hiding in plain sight, convinced the resemblance was more than coincidence. This division sparked fierce discussions in online forums and comment sections, turning the rumor into a full-blown cultural moment. This swirling controversy had a real impact on Sean Diddy Combs' public image. As a mogul who built an empire on control over his brand, his music, and his story, the emergence of such a sensitive and personal rumor was potentially damaging. It raised questions about his family life and loyalty, opening cracks in his carefully crafted persona. There are several theories about why Diddy might have kept this secret for so long, if indeed it's true. Some say it was to protect Justin from public scrutiny or to maintain a united family front. Others suggest it was a calculated move to avoid distractions in a fiercely competitive industry, where any sign of weakness can be exploited by rivals. And then, of course, there are those who believe it was simply a personal choice to respect the complex relationships and protect those involved. Whatever the truth, the rumor of Big Wolf's paternity over Justin Combs remains one of hip-hop's most tantalizing mysteries, a secret buried beneath decades of music, power struggles, and personal drama. Gene Deal's testimony adds a rare, raw perspective on the complicated dynamics between Big Wolf, Diddy, and the people around them. Deal was not an outsider. He was someone who moved within the same circles, witnessing firsthand the intense loyalties and conflicts that shaped this story. His relationship with Big Wolf was close, and he knew Diddy well enough to understand the darker side of the mogul's personal life.
He dropped her off, and I think either Puff heard about it or seen it. And whatever he was, he put hands on her.
One of Deal's most startling revelations involves the toxic treatment of Misa Hylton, Justin's mother. According to Deal, Diddy's relationship with Misa was far from the fairy tale often portrayed. He describes a household riddled with tension and violence, with Diddy's temper leading to episodes of physical and emotional abuse. Deal paints a picture of a toxic environment where love and conflict were dangerously combined, a place where Misa sought protection, not just emotionally but physically. This toxicity, Deal suggests, added to the complexity of the relationships between Diddy, Misa, and Big Wolf. Some insiders speculate that Misa's connection to Big Wolf may have been more than friendship, possibly a source of safety in a turbulent life. Though nothing is definitively proven, Deal's stories hint at a dangerous web of protection, loyalty, and hidden truths. Another explosive detail from Deal's accounts is the infamous party Diddy threw for Big Meech, the notorious leader of the Black Mafia family. On the surface, it looked like a celebration, a show of respect or alliance. But Deal's tone suggests something more sinister, that the party was not just social, but strategic, a sign of complex undercurrents linking hip-hop moguls to street power brokers. Why would Diddy honor Big Meech so publicly? Was it a move to secure alliances, a peace offering, or a demonstration of influence over powerful street figures? Deal's account raises questions about the blurred lines between business, crime, and loyalty in the hip-hop world, especially in the shadowy aftermath of Big Wolf's death. To truly understand why Anthony Big Wolf Jones's story is so deeply tied to Sean Diddy Combs, we have to rewind to one of the most infamous rivalries in hip-hop history, the Bad Boy vs. Death Row feud. In the 1990s, these two powerhouse labels weren't just competing for chart dominance, they were locked in a bitter and deadly war for control over the rap scene itself. What began as a music industry battle quickly spiraled into violence marked by threats, shootings, and even murders. At the heart of this war was a ruthless struggle for loyalty, power, and survival. Big Wolf wasn't a bystander in this conflict. He was a key player. Not only was he Diddy's trusted bodyguard, but he also acted as an enforcer and protector within the Bad Boy camp, navigating the dangerous undercurrents that defined this era. One of the most pivotal incidents involving Big Wolf was the killing of Big Jake, a trusted associate and top enforcer for Suge Knight and Death Row Records. Big Jake wasn't just any soldier. He was a key figure who helped Suge maintain control and muscle in a war where every ally counted. Sources close to the scene, including insiders like Mob James and Gene Deal, have linked Big Wolf directly to Big Jake's death. This wasn't just a random act of violence, it was a targeted hit that sent shockwaves through both camps. Suge Knight himself has publicly confirmed that Big Wolf was responsible for taking out one of his closest men. This made the rivalry intensely personal. No longer was this just a battle of competing labels. It became a fight fueled by vengeance and blood ties. Big Wolf's role as an enforcer went beyond physical protection. He was a strategist, someone who understood the chessboard of loyalty and danger. By removing Big Jake, Big Wolf helped to tilt the balance of power, weakening Death Row's grip and giving Bad Boy a dangerous edge. The repercussions were huge. Suge Knight reacted with fury and ramped up retaliation efforts. The streets and the music industry alike felt the tension rise as the feud escalated to new heights of violence. This killing changed the game. It signaled to everyone involved that no one was untouchable and that the stakes were life or death. Anthony Big Wolf Jones's life ended far too soon, and the truth behind his death remains shrouded in mystery. While officially the details are scarce, whispers and conspiracy theories suggest something much darker was at play. Some insiders believe that Diddy himself may have been involved in orchestrating Wolf's death. The motive? To punish betrayal, or more chillingly, to keep dangerous secrets from coming to light. Secrets that could have seriously damaged the Bad Boy empire. Though no official proof exists, many point to the idea that Wolf's death was an inside job. According to Gene Deal and other figures familiar with the story, Big Wolf was shot in Atlanta during a heated confrontation that involved members of the Black Mafia family, BMF, one of the most powerful and notorious drug organizations at the time, led by the infamous Big Meech. This connection brings an entirely new layer of complexity to the story. Rumors have long swirled that Big Meech saw Big Wolf as a threat, someone who could destabilize alliances or expose hidden dealings. The tense relationship between Bad Boy and the BMF, combined with the unresolved hatred between Bad Boy and Death Row, created a volatile environment. In this toxic mix, Big Wolf's fate was sealed. His death sent shockwaves through the industry. It wasn't just the loss of a trusted bodyguard. It marked a turning point that shifted power balances and deepened mistrust. Those close to the feud say the fallout from Wolf's death rippled through the ranks, leading to further paranoia, fractured alliances, and a harsher crackdown on anyone suspected of betrayal. Suge Knight has built his reputation on being outspoken, fearless, and unafraid to bring buried secrets into the light. Recently, he reignited one of hip-hop's most persistent mysteries with explosive claims about Justin Combs and Anthony Big Wolf Jones. Claims that have sent shockwaves through the music world once again. According to Suge, he has inside knowledge of what really went on behind the scenes in Diddy's household, knowledge that few outside that circle could ever have. He suggests that the relationships and loyalties within Diddy's inner circle were far more complicated than anyone realized. Suge hints that Diddy might have been aware all along that Big Wolf was Justin's biological father, but chose to keep the truth hidden. Whether for personal reasons or strategic business moves, this secret was protected fiercely. Though Suge's allegations are unconfirmed and controversial, his words carry a unique weight. After all, Suge Knight spent years locked in fierce battles, both legal and violent, with Diddy and Bad Boy Records. His connections run deep in the same circles that shaped these events. He isn't just an outsider speculating. He claims to be a man who lived in the thick of this conflict. Fans and critics remain divided. Some see Suge's comments as another attempt to provoke drama and keep his name in the headlines. Others believe he is pulling back the curtain on a truth that has been deliberately buried to protect powerful interests. Online debates rage on, with social media flooded by theories, counterclaims, and heated discussions. What is clear is that Suge's revelations have reopened old wounds and stirred a controversy that refuses to fade. Whether his claims are fact or fiction, the mystery of Big Wolf's true role and his connection to Justin Combs remains one of the most captivating and unsettled stories in hip-hop history. Before his life was cut short, Anthony Big Wolf Jones was far from just a background figure. He was a crucial force behind Bad Boy Records' rise to dominance in the late 1990s. More than a bodyguard, Big Wolf was Diddy's protector, advisor, and enforcer through some of the most intense and dangerous moments in hip-hop history.
Wolf. Then we will speak about his early runnings with the law and the jail time he would do before he became Bad Boy Records CEO. Sean P. Diddy Combs' personal bodyguard.
He stood firmly by Diddy during violent rivalries and power struggles, acting as both shield and strategist. But Big Wolf's role went beyond protection. He was also a key connector between the Bad Boy Empire and influential street organizations, most notably the Black Mafia family, BMF. Founded by Demetrius Big Meech Flannery and his brother Terry, BMF grew from a small operation into one of the largest and most powerful drug organizations in the United States in the early 2000s, Big Meech's influence reached far beyond the streets, including close ties to the music industry, which made his organization an important, if dangerous, ally to Bad Boy Records. Big Wolf's connection to BMF helped Bad Boy secure critical alliances that expanded its influence well beyond music into underground networks. This relationship added layers of power and danger to Wolf's position and to Bad Boy's reach.
I don't need you no more. When I get this, do this Universal deal, I'm gonna give you $300,000 and leave you the f alone. Wolf said, you could never leave me alone.
Despite his loyalty and the risks he took, the story of Big Wolf took a bitter turn after his death. Reports from Wolf's family reveal a painful side of the legacy. According to his mother, Diddy did pay for Big Wolf's funeral, but treated the situation coldly, as if trying to distance himself from the man who had been at his side for so long. More painfully, she claimed that Diddy never publicly acknowledged a debt of roughly $300,000 that Big Wolf had invested in the Bad Boy brand, money that symbolized trust, loyalty, and a shared vision. Adding to the tragedy, Big Wolf left behind 5 children. Among them are persistent rumors that one of those children was none other than Justin Combs, Diddy's son. While this remains unproven, the speculation adds a haunting dimension to the story of a man whose life was intertwined with some of the biggest names and darkest secrets of the hip-hop world. Big Wolf's story is one of fierce loyalty, powerful alliances, and devastating betrayal. A man who stood at the heart of one of the most influential empires in music, only to be pushed aside and forgotten when it mattered most. The story of Anthony Big Wolf Jones is full of complexity, loyalty, and betrayal. Suge Knight's recent comments have brought old questions back and started new debates about family, trust, and power in hip-hop. Nothing is proven for sure, but the evidence suggests the connections between Diddy, Big Wolf, and Justin Combs are deeper and more complicated than anyone has openly said. This isn't just about a bodyguard and a boss. It's about hidden ties and secrets that could change everything. Big Wolf was more than just a protector. He was trusted, feared, and maybe even a father figure. His role at Bad Boy Records was important, but after his death, his story was mostly forgotten or kept quiet. Suge Knight is known for being outspoken and playing a long game in his ongoing feud with Diddy. His recent reveal about Big Wolf and Justin Combs comes at a time when tensions between the two remain high. Many believe Suge shared these secrets now to hurt Diddy's reputation and shake the foundation of his public image. Suge has had access to many people close to Diddy over the years, including women in his inner circle like Misa Hylton, who is connected to both Diddy and Big Wolf. This access could explain how Suge learned details others don't know. There are even rumors and past reports linking Suge to Misa and Big Wolf, though none of these claims have been confirmed. While Suge's words carry weight because of his long history in the industry and his personal ties, it's important to remember that these revelations have not been proven. Some see Suge's statements as a move in an ongoing battle rather than pure truth. As fans keep talking and looking for answers, one thing is clear. Big Wolf's story is one of hip-hop's biggest mysteries. Whether he was just a loyal bodyguard or also Justin Combs' real father or both, his story will stay a part of hip-hop history. The truth about Big Wolf might never come out fully, but because of that, his name and his story will keep living on in the world of hip-hop, reminding us that behind the fame and success, there are always hidden stories.